All right, what is up? My name is DJ Wildcard. I'm going to be doing a couple of reviews on just the basic Steam stuff that I'm seeing here, just to give a little bit of feedback for the developers of what I'm thinking as I'm going through some of the games that you guys have posted up there. So first thing I'm going to go to, I guess, is the free-to-play. I'll just look at the front page on this, just to get things started. So first thing I see, War Thunder. When I'm looking at this free to play, I'm not really into a lot of the combat simulation stuff, so I'm kind of going to skip through that. Black Squad, again, more of like a shooter game. I've played a lot of Call of Duty, so I'm not too interested. It does look kind of neat though. In the top right here, I'm kind of focusing in on this picture. I like the idea of an open world scenario, and it looks like it has some of that aspect, at least from the pictures. Let's see, Trove Heroes. This one's kind of blocky, so first thing I'm seeing is Minecraft, and I've played lots of Minecraft. I'm very familiar with that. To me, this feels like it'd be kind of a copycat, so what I'd want to see is something a little bit different from Minecraft to pull me toward this. On the bottom, you got free-to-play, multiplayer, massive multiplayer, and adventure. So massive multiplayer makes me think there's going to be maybe 8 to 16 people, which is nice, because we don't have that in Minecraft, except for the newer series that's coming out. Adventure, like obviously Minecraft has that too. They have flying, so nothing's really standing out for me. Next one we got here, Terra. I've looked into a couple of these, just as far as RPG games. I'm not too familiar with Terra, but I have seen a little bit of gameplay from a large variety of these. I would be interested to see a little bit more on what these pictures are showing, because it looks like mostly boss fights or larger creatures, and I like that. I mean, that's interesting. What this would come down to is if I were to go to it, I'd want to see a little bit of the combos you'd be using and how the combat kind of works with the gameplay. Some of the games have really specific combat that kind of makes it either too repetitive or it's too complicated. So the first thing I'd want to look at is whether or not this type of combat would be something I'd like. Let's see, Battle Right, free to play. First thing I'm seeing is kind of cheesy-esque graphics. Not too excited about it. There's no backgrounds in any of the pictures that I'm seeing. It's like really focusing on just like the character with the one action thing around them. So that's kind of the first thing I'm thinking is there's not really a lot going on there. I guess I would want to see a little bit more variety other than just like a character with a bra and another character who's got some ice. It's already like so boring. I don't care to look into the game. Let's see, Brawlhalla. This one I've heard about. First thing I see on this is side scroller, which it is. So definitely should put that out there. I'm usually turned off by side scrollers at first glance, but I guess if I were to click on this, I'd want to see what makes it different than every other Super Mario game I've played in my life. The Lost Halls, Realm of the Mad God. I've also heard about this one. This one's been talked about a little bit heavier. This looks kind of fun. I guess my drawback on playing this one would be just that it wouldn't be repetitive. It does look like it has some type of possible boss fight setups. So that'd be something, I guess, that I would expect if I clicked on this, that I'd want to see a video of some of the more specific, unique characters to the realms that they have. Whether or not there'd be like a level progression or if there's a storyline or questing or what exactly goes through that. Next one, Warframe. This one immediately I think is complicated and old. Haven't seen a whole lot on Warframe, but all the pictures I see, it just looks like there's kind of like lots of mapping and lots of just like planning stuff out so that way you can get there and have like basically Call of Duty combat for 10 seconds. And it looks like Halo to me when I first look at it. So I would want something that stands apart from Halo. This inventory system, that kind of draws me in seeing that. The rest of the game, not so much. This is a good background picture. I like this because it's kind of exciting, but it's not too busy. This one here, kind of shows a little bit of the map. I like that. A little bit of the combat. So, I mean, overall, it's a good cover picture. I do like what they have to show for it. I guess if I was expecting a video, things I would want to see is a little bit of talking about the inventory and what type of weapon modifications I can have, because that's something that would make or break whether or not I would want to play that game. Planetside 2. This one, lots of words right off the bat. And like, I don't want to sit there and start like leaning into my screen and reading and be like, join a squad or outfit for team-based play. Okay, that's Call of Duty. Maybe like team, just one word team on the top would be good. And then this one, infantry, ground, and air, utilize or specialize. I guess that's not too much, but it's a lot of reading when you're just glancing through stuff and clicking, like giving 1 second per page. You know, you're not going to really see all that in 1 second. You're going to see this cover photo, and then you're going to see a bunch of the same stuff. So I'm expecting this to be exactly like Call of Duty with maybe a plane. Instant action means you can always find a fight. So I guess that's another thing. Like it seems like, okay, there's just nonstop combat, and you just load into it, and it's just, I don't know what the guns are like, what the inventory is like. I don't know if there's any special abilities because they don't show anything like that. So that's the first thing I would expect, is that if I were to ever get to this, which I probably wouldn't click on this, just because it's so busy and I wouldn't care to look through it. But if I did click on a video, I'd want to see what else there is to it besides just combat, because obviously there's combat. It's a combat game. Next one here, Mechwarrior Online Solaris 7. This kind of reminds me of like quite an old game. It was like a Windows 98 game. I can't quite remember the name of it right now, but it was sitting in like a mech suit and walking around these lost planets, and this kind of reminds me of that. From what I remember, they had really basic controls where you had missiles on one side and a machine gun on the other side. And this is kind of what that reminds me of. So, free-to-play, multiplayer, action. Again, lots of the same images that I see, but I do like that there's a cockpit view, and then there's kind of like more of a combat view and more of an external outside view. And maybe that's all the game is. So from what I'm seeing, I'm just seeing they expect you doing lots of walking around and shooting in a mech suit. But overall, this is pretty good, and it's pretty basic and clear, easy to see. I wouldn't expect anything more. Otherwise, they should have put more on there. Unturned, free to play. First thing I see on this is simple graphics. I don't like it at all. It reminds me of basically just Minecraft, but like crappier. That's my first thought when I see it. The color schemes are kind of bland. Everything's kind of bland, but like the graphics are bland. Maybe the gameplay is kind of fun, and maybe they got some exciting modes to play, and I guess that would pull me into it. If you could jump into here with a bunch of friends, that would be pretty much the only thing that would bring me into that. I'd hate to jump into this and just play like a story mode or something with shit graphics like this. The thing that would make this is socializing, so that's the first thing I would look for. I just clicked on it by accident. So since I clicked on it, I'll watch it for a second here. Okay, so this is like PUBG with like the worst graphics you could possibly make. And a zombie mode. So yeah, again, this would be fun socially, but if you were not on headset with people, this would be probably like my worst nightmare for a game. All right, and since that reset, I'm just going to go through whatever the new ones are here. Night Riders, Crossout. This kind of looks like Smuggler's Run. Maybe with like a Twisted Metal. And again, lots of the same repetitive images, so I'm guessing the only gameplay is you driving around in like giant flamethrower cars trying to kill everybody. Free-to-play, multiplayer action, I'm guessing that's all it is Twisted Metal with Smuggler's Run. Dota 2, I've played lots of League of Legends. I've heard about Dota 2. Haven't really looked into it, and there's nothing that draws me toward it from League of Legends. So there's no reason I would play it, except for like the toxic community of League of Legends. That's pretty much the only thing that may push me to play a game similar without that community. But honestly, if I played it, I would expect the same toxic community because I've seen it cross-platform. Unturned, that's the one that I accidentally clicked on. Smite I've actually played before. I've had a lot of friends that wanted me to play that because I knew so much back on the other games, and they thought maybe I could help them out with their Smite builds. It's decently fun, but first thing I see when I look at this is kind of like just people flying through the air with weapons. So I wouldn't really know what to expect. It'd be nice if they had a map layout or something to kind of show like a battlefield, so you knew like what you were actually playing on. Because this could be like a Mortal Kombat style, and I wouldn't really be able to tell the difference at first glance. Trove we talked about. This one we talked about. Team Fortress 2. First thing I see, lots of people, lots of building stuff. Free to play, multiplayer action. There's not a whole lot of action being shown because there's nobody in any of the pictures. So I have no idea what to expect. The most fun you can have online. And then they show 4 pictures of nothing happening. So I guess the first thing I would want to see on here is something happening. Because like it's nice scenery, but this was like if I was expecting to build like a dam, if there was like a dam simulator builder, this is what I would expect to see. And when I think of like fun action, I don't think of a picture of a dam. It doesn't really do it for me. We talked about the tanks. This one, as soon as I see it, is like overwhelmingly like cartoonistic flying anime stuff. Dawnbreak, Night Edge expansion. So this is an expansion off another game. As soon as I saw that, I would skip it. And then there's a lot of reading too. Evolve character mid-battle. Don't really care about that. Collecting craft 600 plus voiced cards. Also don't care about that, but that's kind of nice. I play Hearthstone, so that's nice that they have different voices on there. Although it could be the same 5 people doing 600 plus voices. Powerful heroes with distinct skill sets. Again, reminds me of Hearthstone, so that's great that they got their own skill sets, but I'd have to get to the game to deal with that stuff. Real-time multiplayer battles, which I expect in a card game that most stuff would be real-time. You're not going to be like texting your friend like, oh, hey, I made my move, like waiting on you. So yeah, nothing really draws me into this at all, just because I don't like the style. So as soon as I saw that, I wouldn't even click on it. We talked about Black Squad. VR chat. This is pretty much like the other one. Like if you had people to be in this with, then it'd be cool. I might check this out just to see if there are any groups available in there. But that's the first thing I would want to see on here is whether or not I could go to a lobby and see different listings of groups to hang out with. Because if you're just by yourself as one person going through Steam, you're going to want to play this with other people and like see other worlds and hang out with other groups. You're not just going to want to go to VR chat and sit in a house by yourself. Like you can do that in reality just fine. So yeah, wouldn't really click on this unless I knew that there was some chance of me being with other people. I'm actually going to click on it just to see. So I'm a little bit curious. Fun avatars, just like on the Wii, build and upload your own worlds. That's cool because I like building my own stuff all the time. Blast your opponent in CTF arenas. So there are some type of opponent games. Relax and enjoy YouTube videos with friends. Again, would want to know if there's a lobby for that. Roast marshmallows by the campfire. Join our growing community as you explore, play, and help craft the future of social VR. Create worlds and custom avatars. Welcome to VR chat. And there's some more images. So yeah, it looks kind of like lots of character creation and stuff. I like that. Lots of customization. Kind of reminds me of like Half-Life. Except I don't really know what all's available on this. And that's kind of what I'm waiting to see. So visit one of many user-created worlds. So maybe there is a thing where you can actually go to a lobby and see other people's stuff. Move all TVs, small children, etc. before bowling. Begin the robot revolution. Humans don't stand a chance. So that's kind of cool. It looks like lots of different experiences. It seems like something I would actually be interested in checking out. And let's see here. Oh, this one I definitely missed. Neverwinter, Lost City of Omu. First thing I see when I see this, I'm thinking RPG. I'm thinking it's going to be like World of Warcraft. The graphics aren't really up to expectation at all. So I would want to see something to kind of pull me toward gameplay and state why this is actually better than any of the other games that are out there. Because obviously graphics aren't doing it. So I'm going to click on this one just real quick to check through. So far I'd be bored the first 20 seconds of this. And I like the big open world pictures. This is nice. And also it's leading to a boss fight with the music, so that's good. Just the only problem here is it took 44 seconds to even draw me into the first video, and there's no pictures right away. It's all video until you get like halfway through this. Which is okay since these are the ones on the front cover, but it's kind of just a shame that I had to go through all that and then wait 44 seconds to even give a shit, partially. So going through these again, there was one more I saw. Oh, these ones I didn't check. Clicker Heroes. I'm not much into clicker games, but I have played a couple of them. There's nothing that draws me into this. I don't know if there's anything that could pull me toward this more, but just seeing this, I'm like, okay, my finger's tired enough from playing other games. Star Trek Emergence. First thing I focus on is this guy's goofy looking eyes. After that, I kind of just go into like, okay, we're in outer space, so there's got to be some type of traveling between planets and stuff and combat. But that could just be cutscenes too. And it just, by the time I see like space and Star Trek, I'm like, this is already boring. Because it's such an old series that nobody talks about anymore. H1Z1, heard and seen a lot of that. Have not played this yet. One of the first things I see is this horse hanging out the window. And that kind of cracks me up because it means that you can customize your players. And I like that immediately, that you can have some type of different quirky character customization. So you can still be like the weirdo in the party if you want to be. You're not just stuck being like the anarchist guy next to him in a group of anarchists shooting guns. World of Warships. Not really into it. I do like the pictures that they picked for these, because this kind of shows like a combat layout, or maybe they're searching for something, but it at least gives you a little bit of the gameplay that you're expecting. And then it's got some of the scenic pictures where maybe you're picking ships or something like that. Yeah, nice intro picture. It's got a lot of action to it. Just I don't know that I would play this. I might want to check out and see more of this top right picture. This draws me in more than anything else, because I'm curious what their combat system is like, or what they're doing with this green thing. If that's a sonar, if you have to like use that to shoot at people or what. Dota 2, Tree Savior. Again, like the one prior, this is kind of the first thing I see is just anime stuff, and I want to know that there's more than just like cutely drawn anime pictures. Looking into this, I just see kind of the same stuff, and I don't even know what I'm looking at. I see maybe like a life bar with like a mana bar and a bunch of skills. So maybe there's like I don't know, just like a generic RPG build for combat. And then there's a new class update thing. So that's, I don't know. That kills it for me. I don't even feel like looking at that anymore. Brawlhalla, Planetside. Yeah, so that was pretty much most of those ones. All the ones that have been popping up on the top, at least. There's quite a few more, but I just wanted to kind of go through those and at least give my input on what I'm looking at when I first see those. I'll probably do a couple more on the different genres. So at some point, I'll pick out. I don't know. I'll probably just go through all these at some point, make a separate video for them. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you guys got any questions or want me to review something, just send it my way. Again, this is DJ Wildcard. You can catch me on twitch.com/DJ Wildcard. I'm streaming most of the time, about 12 hours a day. So Yeah, we'll see you guys around. Thanks.